I never imagined I'd be standing on my own property, staring at a bright orange stake in the ground like I was the criminal. But there it was, hammered deep into the soil at the edge of my backyard, with a laminated sign zip-tied to it that read, "Common HOA land, no trespassing." I blinked. Then I laughed, because that patch of land, I bought it. I paid taxes on it. I maintained it, and I had the deed to prove it. But apparently that didn't matter to her, the HOA Karen. It started quietly, the way these things always do. A few weeks earlier, I noticed a woman I'd never spoken to before pacing near my fence line, clipboard in hand, sunglasses on, tight smile. She kept measuring things, jotting notes, shaking her head like she was deeply disappointed in me. At first, I ignored it. Then she knocked. Not a friendly knock, a sharp, entitled knock, like she already owned the place. I opened the door, and before I could even say hello, she launched in. "Hi, I'm with the HOA. There's been a review." A review of what? She stepped past me. Yes, past me, and pointed toward my backyard. "That section beyond the oak tree is HOA-controlled land. You're encroaching." I almost laughed again. I told her calmly, "No, it's not. That's part of my lot." Her smile tightened. "Well, according to our records, it is." That was the moment I knew this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a power play. Over the next few days, things escalated fast. I woke up to warning notices taped to my gate. I got emails with words like non-compliance and corrective action. Then came the fines, $100, then $250, then a threat of forced remediation. All because she claimed my land was HOA property. She even had contractors show up, to evaluate removal of unauthorized landscaping. That's when I realized something important. She wasn't just bluffing. She genuinely thought she could take my land. So I stopped arguing. I stopped explaining. I stopped responding. Instead, I prepared. I dug out my original purchase documents. I pulled the survey map from the county recorder's office. I requested satellite boundary overlays. I printed tax records going back years. I even hired an independent land surveyor to mark the exact boundary down to the inch. And I waited. Sure enough, a week later, she showed up again, this time with backup. 2 HOA board members, a property manager, and a smug little grin like she was about to win. She stood right on my lawn, and announced loudly, "This area will be reclaimed by the HOA effective immediately." That's when I spoke. I asked her if she was sure. She nodded. I asked if the board approved it. They said yes. I asked if they were comfortable making that claim on record. They said absolutely. So I handed them a folder, thick, heavy, tabbed. I watched her confidence flicker as she flipped through the pages. Survey map, deed, county stamps, tax receipts, surveyor's certification. Then I showed her the last page, a formal notice from my attorney, explaining that any attempt to seize or alter my land would be considered trespass, harassment, and an unlawful property claim, with personal liability attached. The silence was deafening. Her face went pale. One board member whispered, This doesn't match our map." The property manager stopped smiling, and the HOA Karen, she snapped. She accused me of forging documents. She threatened lawsuits. She said she'd make this very difficult for me. So I calmly pulled out my phone and showed her the email, the one I'd sent to the county that morning, requesting a formal boundary confirmation with a CC to the HOA, with a scheduled inspection, with legal oversight. She didn't say another word. 2 days later, the orange stake disappeared. The sign vanished. The fines were reversed due to clerical error. I got an email, brief, cold, and unconvincing, saying the HOA regrets the confusion. But here's the part they didn't expect. I didn't stop there. I attended the next HOA meeting, with my documents, with my attorney on speakerphone, and I asked a simple question in front of everyone. How many other homeowners were told land they paid for wasn't theirs? The room went silent. Turns out I wasn't the first. And after that night, she stopped showing up. No more clipboards, no more measuring tape, no more knocking, because she learned something important. You can bully people who don't know their rights, but you can't steal land from someone who came prepared. And that patch of land, I planted a tree there, right where the orange stake used to be. And every time I see it, I smile, because she thought she could claim my land. She wasn't prepared for my response.